Hi, Haan. Good evening. How are you?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm good too. Thank you for asking. So, last night we had a 10-minute exam only. So, this is just a continuation. So, we are not going to have a 45 minute, but instead, we are going to have a 35 minutes only because we already have 10 minutes last night. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. So again, this will be your first exam, and you already answered the listening part, task one. So now, let's start to your listening task two. Are you ready?
Yes.
Mhm. All right. So let's have here. So again, we are in this. Can you see this?
Yes.
Can you see numbers 1 to 5 and the underlines?
Yes.
Mhm. All right. So since the audio is not really fit for the activity, for the test, I will going to read the correct audio or the correct script so that you can answer it correctly. So I'm going to read it twice only. And after that, you have to show me your answer. Okay?
Yes.
All right, let's start. Again, listen to a talk about living in the countryside. Fill each of the gaps with no more than two words. You will listen twice. All right, let's see. Okay, can you still see the book?
Yes.
Mhm. Let's start. Living in the countryside is much better than living in a big city. You can enjoy the beautiful surroundings and spend lots of time outdoors. In the city, there is much less space for outdoor activities. What's more, people in the countryside are generally nicer. It is common that you know everyone in your village, whereas in the city, you may not even know your next door neighbor's name. This is partly because people in the city are too busy with their work. In the countryside, the living standard is not too high, so there is less pressure to earn much money. Therefore, you will feel more comfortable and relaxed. Social safety is another advantage. Crime rate is normally lower in the country compared to that in big cities. This is particularly important for families with small children. All in all, living in the countryside is the best choice. Now, listen again. I will read it slowly for the last time. Are you ready?
Yes.
Living in the countryside is much better than living in a big city. You can enjoy the beautiful surroundings and spend lots of time outdoors. In the city, there is much less space for outdoor activities. What's more, people in the countryside are generally nicer. It is common that you know everyone in your village, whereas in the city, you may not even know your next door neighbor's name. This is partly because people in the city are too busy with their work. In the countryside, the living standard is not too high, so there is less pressure to earn much money. Therefore, you will feel more comfortable and relaxed. Social safety is another advantage. crime rate is normally lower in the country compared to that in big cities. This is particularly important for families with small children. All in all, living in the countryside is the best choice. All right. So now, can you please read your answers?
Yes. 1. When you live in the countryside, you can enjoy the beautiful surroundings. 2. The city lacks space for outdoor activities. 3. In the city, you may not know your neighbors' names, your next door neighbor's name. 4. The living standards is not too high in the countryside. 5. The low crime rate is important for families with small children.
Mm-hmm. Okay, hold on. Now let's proceed to reading. For your task 1 in reading, read the passage and decide whether the sentences are true or false. Write true T or F in each number. So we have a passage here. So you have to read it first, and after that, you have to answer these 5 sentences if it's true or false. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, let's start. Read it aloud.
I can see the paragraph.
Okay, is it okay now?
Yes.
Mhm. All right, let's read.
The Gom controls in the highlands of Vietnam. The Gom controls from the ancient Dongsun civilizations in Southeast Asia. However, the Goms of Vietnam are special and different in the way they are played. The Goms are made of bronze or a mixture of brass, gold, silver, and bronze. It's round in shape with a diameter ranging from 20 centimeters to 60 centimeters. Larger ones may be from 90 centimeters to 120 centimeters. The grooms often go in size. Each size has from 2 to 15 grooms, and each is played by one man or woman. When they play, they arrange the order and the styles in different ways to create very special rhythms.
Mhm. Now, please read each number and tell me if it's true or false.
Yes, 1. The Gom controls has origins from Dongsun civilizations is true.
Number 2.
2. The average room has a diameter ranging from 20 centimeters to 60 centimeters is true.
Number 3.
3. The rooms are played in sets to create special rhythms is true.
Number four.
4. The games are played only during most important festivals. Is 4.
And number five.
5. The game controls has become important to ethnic groups in Vietnam. Is true.
Okay. So the only false your answer is number four, right?
Yes.
Mhm. And the rest of the numbers are true, correct?
Yes.
Mhm. Okay, that's good. Oh, I'm sorry. It's another one here. Can you please read this?
Long time ago, the games were played on the occasions of the new rye seasons or rye harvest. Now the ethnic groups play the games on any important festival or ceremonies. The game has become music, musical instrument of scarce of sacred power of many ethnic groups in Vietnam.
Mhm. So you don't have any changes in your answer?
Yes,
Okay. Now let's have task two. Fill each blank with one suitable word from the box. Write the word in the gap. So can you please read this together with your answer?
yes.
Let's start.
A new survey has found that British people who live in the countryside are more optimistic than those who live in big cities. According to it, between January and September 2015, the can I read it for you later?
Oh, sure. Do you want to have time to answer this?
Yes,
hmm Tell me when you're ready, okay?
yes. I'm ready.
Oops. Okay, let's start again.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, just continue
Uh,
where you left off.
yes. According to it, between January and September 20 and 15, the interviews ratings of people living in the countryside live from 20.5 to 30.8%, an increase of 5% compared to the previous years. These rural people also that the cost of living, medical supplies, and education had improved significantly. As a result, they feel less precious and enjoy life more. At the same time, people in big cities were, were worried and their confidence about jobs and the economy fell 3.9%. The quality of life Content from satisfactions was reported to be 3 times higher in the countryside than that in the city. Nevertheless, young people still prefer big cities because of higher job demands, higher salary, and more interesting life.
Okay, very good. What about you, Han? Where do you want to live? In the countryside or in the city?
Maybe in the countryside,
Mm-hmm. Why in the countryside?
because I think in the countryside the environment is more polluted. And now it's not polluted as in the cities, and in the countryside people seem to be more friendly, that they don't have many stressful than in the city.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good. So now let's move to writing. So we are now in the third part and second to the last of your exam. So we have task one. Write a short paragraph about the differences between the countryside and the city. So you should write about the environment, the education, the traffic, and whether you want to live in the countryside or not. So this short paragraph should consist 80 to 100 words. So do you understand this?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So let's start. Just take your time to write a short paragraph and make sure it could talk about the environment, the education, the traffic, and the reason if you want to live in the countryside or not. And lastly, it should be 80 to 100 words. Okay?
Yes.
All right, let's start now. Oh, can you still see the book?
Yes.
Just type your answer in the chat box first because it might be gone if ever. Or you can type it first in your computer, then after that you can copy it to our chat box. Okay?
Yes.